Now, the other part of the historical background of Section 29 of the Doctrine and Covenants is by this point, Joseph Smith had completed translation of the Book of Mormon, the church had been organized, and he was now getting ready to embark on his next great project, which was a translation of the Bible, was to translate the Bible. Now, this isn't a translation in any traditional sense of the word. In fact, the world's expert on it, a man named Robert J. Matthews, said the Joseph Smith translation was not a translation in a conventional sense. The prophet would read from a copy of the King James Version of the Bible and dictate to a scribe who would write corrections and additions on the paper as they were revealed to the prophet and spoken aloud by him. The Holy Ghost was the active translator. Now, if we're getting down to the particulars of what the translation was, it wasn't a translation from Greek to English or from Hebrew to English. It consisted of several different things. Sometimes it was a restoration of the original text. That happens around the time that this revelation is received. Joseph Smith receives Moses chapter 1, which is a precursor to Genesis chapter 1 that establishes Moses receiving revelation that allowed him to write the history that's found in the book of Genesis, Exodus, and so forth. In some cases, it was a restoration of what was once said or done but was never in the Bible. For instance, the Book of Mormon mentions Melchizedek and how amazing Melchizedek was. There's a bunch of revelations about Melchizedek and why he's important found in the Joseph Smith translation of the Bible. In some cases, it was just simple editing to make the Bible more understandable to modern readers. It was also editing to bring biblical wording into harmony with truth found in revelations elsewhere in the Bible. For instance, John chapter 1 says that no man hath seen God at any time, but there's several places in the scriptures where people have seen God. So Joseph Smith corrected the text to mean no man hath seen God at any time, except he hath borne witness of the Son. Finally, there were changes to provide modern readers with teachings that were not available to the original authors. So in some sense, the Joseph Smith translation was also a commentary where Joseph Smith would offer insights into what the particular meaning of specific texts were. This is a Bible that Joseph Smith would have used. He purchased it from E.B. Grandin, the man that was printing the Book of Mormon, while the Book of Mormon was being printed. And you can see here that he purchased it for $3.75, and he labeled it the Book of the Jews and the Prophecy of. Now, this Bible is filled with changes that Joseph Smith made on the page, and it also is accompanied by manuscripts where Joseph Smith or a scribe would write out the text that they were receiving as part of the biblical translation. So what you're seeing right here actually becomes the Book of Moses, which is, again, this inspired precursor to the book of Genesis that explains who Moses is, that he knew who Jesus Christ was, and even that he had an encounter with Satan before he was able to receive the revelation that becomes the first 5 books of the Bible.